Off Dick Morris, no foo-furo with the guys who are ready to take it away.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome to Hannity and Colmes. I'm Alan Colmes. We get right to our top story tonight. Hillary Clinton now officially running for president. She launched her exploratory committee over the weekend and made her announcement on her website. It means the most anticipated presidential campaign in a long time is now officially underway, and already the questions and speculation are flying. Is Senator Clinton really the front runner, and can she get the nomination? Joining us now is the man everybody has wanted to hear from since the news broke on Saturday morning, former Clinton advisor Dick Morris. By the way, if you go to dickmorris.com, you get Dick's latest columns for free. How you doing, Dick?
Good. Well, she announced a decision with great fanfare that she made a decade ago, and she ended the suspense of the stupid.
I'm just curious, Robert Novak has written that you are about to start what he compared to a swift boat type campaign to derail her candidacy. Is that accurate?
Well, not a well, I don't know if you call it a campaign. I am working with a group called Citizens United on a film about Hillary Clinton. It's going to be about 90 minutes long. It's going to play in real movie theaters in all of the early primary states. I'm going to go to those early primary states and give speeches introducing the film. And you know who the star of the movie is going to be? Hillary. We're going to have about 30 different shots of her, each with a different hair color, each with a different accent, each with a different affect, each with a different approach. And we're going to really showcase the inaccuracies of everything that this woman has said.
I'm going to make a psychic prediction. This is not going to be a positive film, right?
On 9/11, to be named after Sir Edmund Hillary, and all of that stuff. It's going to be kind of fun.
This will not be a love fest, I'm guessing, Dick? You're not going to. This will not be
Yeah, that's right.
Bouquet. And you've said on the show last time you heard that if she were elected, you'd leave the country. Have you bought your tickets yet?
No, I haven't. I've not. I have confidence in the American people. But, really, her announcement and this whole flurry this weekend has shown how flat-footed she is coming out of the gate, which is really a surprise to me. I thought that she'd be in great shape. But, Edwards came into New York, her backyard, spoke at the Riverside Church and said silence is betrayal, a comment aimed at Hillary over the war. And Hillary should have been right there answering. Instead, she was posing for photo ops in Iraq. Then Obama sets up his exploratory committee, and Hillary announces her exploratory committee on a Saturday. Now, Saturday is the worst news day. They don't even have Hannity and Colmes on. It's the one day of the week Hannity's not on. And it's a terrible news day, and usually the Clintons reserve Saturdays for releasing scandal information when they don't want people to cover it. So she was caught off guard. She was caught flat-footed. She gave the announcement over the Internet as opposed to a big hoopla, a gigantic ceremony. And I think that so far she's being rushed and timing is off. Her moves aren't right, and I think one of the problems is that she's dealing with a staff that had their last competitive race 10 years ago.
I'm just curious, as you continue to follow this over the next couple of years, are you going to be capable of saying anything positive about Hillary Clinton? Or are you so angry at the Clintons and you hate them so much that you can't possibly objectively look at what this woman is doing?
Well, it's not a question of objective or subjective, Alan. I know the woman very well. And I'm about the only person who comments on television who actually knows her on the one hand and is independent enough to say what he thinks on the other hand. And I've observed both Clintons up close, and the thing that strikes me is how different they are. Bill is easy to get along with. Hillary's not. Bill is warm. Hillary's cold. Bill is flexible. Hillary's dogmatic. Bill never met an enemy. They're all potential friends. Hillary has an enemies list a mile long. Bill isn't ideological. He just is pragmatic. Hillary is ideological. Bill is a moderate when he can be, a liberal when he has to be. With Hillary, it's the other way around. And the more you know the two of them, the more you know the differences between them. And I observed it for 25 years, and I'm telling people about it.
Hey, Dick, it's Sean. They probably picked the one day that I was off because I was off, so they didn't want...
I know. You don't work Saturdays. 5 days a week, Hannity and Colmes. Sundays, you have a great show by yourself.
Thank you.
But Saturday's the one day you weren't there to savage her, so she announced.
It's all possible, Dick. All right, she says a minute to win it. Can she win?
Yeah, I think she still can win, because her ace in the hole is that you have about 80 million Americans that do not vote in presidential races, and they're overwhelmingly black, Hispanic, and single women. You had a 49% turnout in '96, a 51% turnout in 2000, and a 55% turnout in '04. Climbing turnouts is the fact of modern American life. I think if Hillary runs, it's going to hit about 60%, and I think most of those new people that are going to come out and vote are single women who normally would not vote but will end up voting for Hillary.
One of the things that struck me is, I think
unfortunately,
she went out much earlier than she would have otherwise liked because of Obama's announcement.
Yeah. She was telling friends, why can't I wait until the fall like my husband did?
Well, that goes back to your theory that that's
a lack of understanding of modern politics.
Well, things have shifted, as you pointed out. You know, I don't know. I'd like an answer. I think one of the reasons she did it this way is she doesn't want to answer any questions from the press. It looks like there are leaves on those trees in the background. Now, perhaps it's a set. I don't know, but certainly I think that would be worthy of a question. Number two, but she seems so nice and calm. Now, I have a lot of tape of Hillary. Shrieking, yelling, shrill, I am sick and tired. Dee Dee Myers described her as having a vicious temper. Is that the woman that you know?
Yeah, I recall that we used to sit outside of her office with Maggie Williams and Milan Verveer and Lisa Caputo and all of her staff people and me. And we'd come to a conclusion about something we wanted Hillary to do, and then we'd kind of say, do you want to be the one to tell her? No, why don't you go first? Why don't you go first?
Don't tell me Dick Morris was afraid of Hillary Clinton.
The funniest story was once I was at the opera, and I was watching Turandot, was the opera, and it's about the Empress, the Princess of China, who doesn't want to marry, but so she says anybody that solves 3 riddles can get her hand. But if he fails, he gets his head chopped off. And my pager went off, and it was a guy asking for tips on interviewing with Hillary to go on her staff. And I said, do you know what opera I'm seeing?
Do you think, I want to go back to this documentary for just a second here, Dick. You are going to use Hillary in her own words. You're going to show the different sides of Hillary as best you're able.
Now, and we're going to put her comments on and then frame it with the truth of what the actual situation was.
All right,
so that you can't answer Hillary in 30 seconds, but in 90 minutes you sure can.
But you know this woman as well as anybody here, Dick, and I guess, do you worry? There's all these people that have come out against the Clintons, so many of them. They get the personal attacks, they get the negative stories, they get the investigations. We got Lensner and Palladino, you used to call them the secret police. They're going to come after you, or do you think whoever maybe challenges her has anything to worry about?
I took the precaution of getting my dirty laundry pretty thoroughly aired before I began this journey.
Yeah, but do you think? What about Barack Obama? What about John Edwards?
I think they're going to come after him like crazy. But the really interesting thing that's going on now in the Democratic primary is that you have 57% of the Democrats in the Fox News poll that want a cutoff of funding. Only 33% oppose a cutoff. So Hillary says she's going to vote for a cap on troops. Okay, so she'll vote for that. It won't pass, or if it passes, it's just a sense of the Senate resolution. Bush will ignore it. He'll send the troops in anyway. And then the question is, will she vote for a cap on funding? And my bet is she votes no. She does not vote for a cap, and Edwards excoriates her over it. And she could end up playing the role of Joe Lieberman in the Democratic primary, and Edwards could end up playing the role of Ned Lamont if Hillary isn't careful. Obama, you don't know which way he's going to go on that.
We're going to pick it up more with Dick Morris in a moment, and then he's accused of kidnapping 2 boys, and now alleged kidnapper Michael Devlin speaks out for the first time from behind prison walls, and his jail sit-down could actually help his case. And she's only 12 years old, but child actress Dakota Fanning's new movie role has the young starlet featured in a rape scene. A good friend of ours has seen the controversial film, and you'll be surprised to hear what she